Hi everyone, and welcome to Ultimate Exercise Ball Class. We're filming here today at Core Maximus and trying to appreciate a little bit of that sunshine that's trying to sneak in through the window. So today's a little bit different. If you've worked out with me before, we are doing a seated mobility program today. No need to warm up. Absolutely, you're more than welcome to. But that's going to be the whole program today, is movement, mobility, and a bit of a warm-up. So without further ado, all you need is a ball today. If your floor is a bit slippy, please put down maybe a mat so we don't slip. Bare feet, shoes, whatever you feel comfortable with. Let's get started. Okay, so hands on hips for me. Trust my trusty stopwatch, and little baby side to sides. So if you've done any of our cool downs, you'll be very familiar with this. Feet are apart. I'm sitting nice and tall, as if I'm being pulled towards the ceiling by a magnet. My shoulders are pulled back just slightly, and I'm really thinking of my hips doing the movement here. Then from there, I'm going to turn, you stay facing me. We're going to tuck our hips under, and then roll that ball back, roll the pelvis back. So again, a little bit forward, little bit back. We finish every cool down, or we finish our classes here with this all the time. Really good to loosen our low back, get our hips moving, and let's go into circles. So next is, I like hands on hips, and you can put them wherever make you happy. It helps guide me to have my hips do the movement as opposed to my legs doing the movement. So I'm just trying to warm up my hips, get some blood flow in my low back, change directions. So I'm playing with my microphone here, so you guys keep, there we go. You guys keep rolling for me, still being mindful of my posture. So always something to be aware of. What are our shoulders doing? Are our hands relaxed? Are our shoulders relaxed? Are we sitting nice and tall? Have fingers nice and relaxed? And back to the middle. Okay, next move. We're going to start down at the bottom and work our way up. We're going to place our feet right underneath our knees. Shoulders, hips, nice straight line. Tall, again, like we're being pulled towards the ceiling by a magnet. I like hands on my hips, and we're going for a calf raise. So from here, we're going to warm up our ankles, and we're going to come all the way up onto our toes, and then back down. So if this works for you, absolutely, keep that going. If you want to add a toe lift, you can. Ball is staying nice and still. If that is too much, if you feel a little unstable coming up onto toes here, go to a wall, have a hand at the wall, or very happy to have you do one foot and then the other. So we lift one heel up and then the other. And I really want you to almost think of rolling through the foot, bit by bit, bone by bone, piece by piece, and then same thing on the way back to maybe a toe lift, digging heels into the ground, working through the front of that leg. Tall, strong posture position. So that means maybe that belly button's pulled in a little bit to support our spine, all the way up onto toes, and all the way up onto heels. Okay, next one, working through the back of the legs. We're going to take a little baby step forward. I'm only turning sideways so that you can see me. Little baby step forward. And my feet are shoulder width apart. I'm going to roll that ball back, stick out my chest, stick out my hips, pull up my toes, and get that nice stretch all the way up the back of my legs. And then I will roll back to my start position, knees in line with heels. Here we go. Flat, flat back. Chest out, eyes up. Breathe. Shoulders away from ears. Roll the ball back. Stick out our hips. Pull up our toes. This move here really stretches all of that backside and warms everything up. So we're working through our ankles here, and then I come into my calf. My lower leg intersects with my hamstrings, which attaches right close to my pelvis, which is why we want that little bit of a pelvic tilt where I'm sticking my bum out. So I really stretch through hamstring and chest. Maybe I hit a little low back, and then I roll back in. And because we're adding movement, it's dynamic. It's getting blood flow into the area. Last one. Shoulders relaxed. And back to the middle for me. Okay, come back to sit nice and tall on the ball. We're gonna get hip flexors moving, a little bit of blood flow into the hips. Nice and tall, hands on hips, and we're going to march. Okay, so this move here, we're trying to sit nice and tall. We're also trying to avoid that hip popping out. So we want to fight to keep the ball nice and still. So this might mean that we lift the foot just a little bit up off the floor. This might mean we can lift those knees above our belly button and we can go at a quicker pace. This might mean that we don't feel comfortable lifting our foot and we're going for just little baby toe taps. Shoulders down away from ears, said getting some blood flow into hip flexors, hips, working through a little bit of lower abdominals here, working our balance, maybe getting our heart rate going just a tiny little bit. Keep on marching. Let's go for another 15 seconds. Whatever that looks like for you. Light on your feet, so you want to control the up, control the down. We don't want to hear any pounding. 3 seconds. And rest. Okay. Readjust. Sit nice and tall again. Shoulders back, chest out. Feet are hip width apart. We're going hip up and out. You may have done this standing before. We're now going to do it seated on the ball. We're going to lift that knee up. We're going to open up. Knee and hip. Open. Come back to the middle. Foot goes down. Alternate sides. So this one as well. If we need to be at the wall, you can. Another option is we don't lift the foot as high. Another option is we don't open up as far, and that makes the move a little bit easier. So the higher up we lift, the further we open, the harder this is. While I'm opening up through my hips, I'm fighting to keep the ball still and my shoulders. I want those shoulders pointed towards me through this whole movement. Smile. We really fight to keep belly button to shoulders completely still. And then being on the ball really forces our core and our glutes and everything else to stabilize and really strengthen up. You might feel this a little bit through your hips, especially after those marches. We get to keep our feet on the ground for the next one, I promise. Fingers relaxed, shoulders relaxed, sit tall, being pulled high towards the ceiling like a magnet. Last one. And rest those poor little hips. Feet apart. Sit nice and tall. From here, we're going for side bends. You're going to be very mindful that the ball does not move. Arms down by your side. I want you to think now that there's a wall in front of you and a wall behind you. So we're going straight down to one side, back up to the middle, and down to that opposite side. So I'm thinking of reaching towards the floor while keeping my shoulders stacked. Let my head move with the movement. So I'm really trying to open up my spine in a side bend position. Keep going for me. I'm turning just so you can see what I mean in that, again, that wall in front of me and wall behind me. So as I side bend here, I'm really avoiding that opposite shoulder rolling forward or opening up. And I'm only going as far as I can, keeping the ball completely still. So belly button up again is doing all that movement. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, bring your feet close together. And we side bend here. Shoulders back, but shoulders relaxed, down away from ears. Okay, we're going to add an arm reach. So starting to get into shoulders, like I said, we're moving our way up. So we're side bending, ball staying still, arms coming up and over, and then nice easy to that opposite side. So I really want you to think of almost turning yourself into a rainbow. One, because rainbows are pretty, and I like them, and rainbows make people happy. Other is, I want you to think of up and over. So how much space can I take up from my hip all the way to my hand and over? It is not about how far sideways can I go, how much space can I create through my side and through my torso and through my shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. Again, I'm keeping that ball nice and still, so my hips are not opening up because I want to feel that stretch right from my hip up and over. And again, it's dynamic, so we're moving the entire time, getting blood flow, moving, opening everything up. Last one, and back to the middle. Okay, last one. Sit nice and tall. I said we're moving our way up, shoulders only. Both hands are going to start on your thighs, belly button pulled in, shoulder blades pulled back. We're going to reach towards me with one hand. I'll reach towards you. We're going to take up as much space as possible, find the ceiling. Think of trying to touch that wall behind you. Hand comes all the way to the ball. We look over our shoulder if that feels comfortable on our neck, and then we reverse it. Touch the wall behind you. Think of touching the ceiling. Think of us maybe touching hands, and then all the way back down. Alternate sides. So my hand on my thigh is helping guide me keep the ball still. That knee doesn't move, my hand doesn't move. Now I reverse my circle all the way up and over. If that is too much on your shoulders, bend your arm, place your hand on your shoulder, and do elbow. Elbow forward, elbow back. And we look over that back shoulder, and then you reverse it. Think of your elbow drawing a nice big circle, opposite side. Remember, the ball is staying nice and still. Belly button up is where we're moving. Don't forget to breathe. Let's go one more because I love these. Nice big reach, touch hands all the way up. Follow that hand till we find that ball behind us. Maybe we look over that back shoulder, and then we reverse it. Sitting nice and tall, breathing, opposite side. Nice big reach forward. We reach up, I follow my hand till I find that ball behind me. I look over my back shoulder, and then I reverse that circle. Nice big open, and here we are. I hope you feel as amazing as I do right now. Very much loosey-goosey. Absolutely, you can stay and rock and roll or little baby bounces on the ball. You did wonderful. We also have a standing mobility if that's any interest to you, if you want to warm up a little bit more. If you liked our video, please hit subscribe and you'll get notified every time we post a new workout. Thanks so much. Have a great day. See you soon.